I'm Carolyn Carr, and this is my multimedia evaluation project. The project I will be working on is a resource to teach the English names of numbers to non-English speakers. The target learners for this project are third graders, 8 and 9 years old, English language learners. The needs of these students include a visual representation of numbers along with the English name, both oral and visual. The static asset. This asset does not place high demands on the learner's cognitive capacity. It's simple and shows only the core material supporting the instructional objective, adhering to the coherence principle. There's a graphic that connects the abstract concept of a number with the concrete representation of the number through an image. This image follows the guidelines of the contiguity principle, as the text and graphics are all in a line and not separated from each other, and the multimedia principle, as there are both text and images in this graphic. This graphic is easy to use and could be printed to be used as a reference by the learner. It is appropriate as a starting point for English language learners to learn the core numbers, and the concept and format could be continued for the subsequent numbers as needed. This was an image downloaded from the internet and costs nothing to use, or could be easily recreated at no cost. Weaknesses of this image. Since it's a static image, the learner will only learn what the correlation between the written representations of the numbers are. They will not be able to hear how to say each number in English. The video-based asset. This video has a very simple visual and consistent design. It is short and does not linger on unnecessary elements. The multimedia principle is followed by placing both words and graphics on the screen to represent each number. There is simple background music throughout only part of the video. It ends partway through, but could be eliminated altogether to avoid extraneous processing and distractions for the learner. Each number is cleared from the screen before the next number is presented, so that there is not too much content on the screen at a time that would confuse the learner, adhering to the segmenting principle. The modality principle is followed, as each number is spoken aloud by the narrator as the word and numbers are written. There is no extraneous material other than the brief background music that would violate the coherence principle. While there is no visual of an agent, there is a narrator that uses a conversational and friendly tone following the personalization principle. This video is easily accessible on YouTube and has no cost to view it. It is appropriate and not too babyish for a third grader. There are 2 alterations I would make to this video, however. In the video, the agent spells out the number word in addition to showing it. She goes quite fast. I don't think that spelling out the word orally is necessary. Instead, I would have an animated visual point to each object, counting them and showing the learner that the pictures represent the numbers shown. Research reflections. In an article by Moreno and Duran, Do Multiple Representations Need Explanations? The Role of Verbal Guidance and Individual Differences in Multimedia Mathematics Learning, from the Journal of Educational Psychology. Their key findings were that verbal guidance was more effective than text or no guidance. It helps students understand better than discovering relationships on their own when they have verbal guidance. And verbal guidance should include the student's first language when possible. In the article by Silverman and Hines, The Effects of Multimedia Enhanced Instruction on the Vocabulary of English Language Learners and Non-English Language Learners in Pre-Kindergarten through 2nd Grade, from the Journal of Educational Psychology, they concluded that providing clear phonological and orthographic representations was important. Words should be reinforced and repeated, and augmenting vocabulary instruction with multimedia enhancements supports the vocabulary learning of English language learners. Here you will find the links to the assets that I cited in the beginning of my presentation, as well as the citations for the 2 articles that I found. Thank you.